You've probably had this feeling before. Your squats are going up, pulls are feeling strong, and you know you should be cleaning a lot more than you do. And there's lifters you probably know or even train with who are cleaning way more than you despite being weaker across every metric. But for you, every clean still feels too heavy. Like you are fighting against the bar, not working with it. And this is where most lifters assume instantly that they need to get stronger legs, which I'm not against in weightlifting by any means. But a lot of the time, especially with beginners and even intermediates, the issue isn't strength in this regard. It's generally how you're interacting and working with the bar during the turnover phase of the clean. So today I'm going to share with you 3 of the biggest issues that make cleans feel a lot heavier than they should and exactly how to fix them. Now, one thing I see when reviewing cleans and power cleans online is that lifters are making cleans feel way heavier than needed because they're losing connection with the bar in the third pull. A clean shouldn't feel like a clunky reverse curl when you rack it. It should feel connected, smooth, well-timed, and especially when there is a jerk to come, not wasting any more energy than needed in order to maximize our potential for the jerk. So let's go through these 3 biggest issues that I've found with working with hundreds of athletes worldwide. The first issue is having low elbows in the turnover. What happens here is a lifter extends and then they immediately try to rotate the elbows over into the rack position, essentially a reverse curl. The elbows stay low instead of getting up higher through the turnover. I'll quickly share an elite example that I share with a lot of my lifters to explain this perfectly. If you look at Lash's elbows here in the turnover, you can see that he pulls the elbows up high as he pulls himself under the bar before aggressively getting those elbows through. That higher elbow position keeps the bar close, keeps that vertical momentum on the bar, and gives you a much smoother and connected rack position. When the elbows stay low, it can disconnect the bar from the body, the bar can loop away, and the lifter can then jump back with the feet while pushing the shoulders through towards the bar. And then here, you're in no position to get under the bar and catch it. Generally losing the bar forward or having to save a weight that is way more forward than it should be. Some simple fixes here are tall cleans and high hang cleans. We focus on elbows up high before elbows through aggressively. This cue alone can bring some awareness and then clean up that turnover issue instantly. And another exercise to further bring the awareness for having those higher elbows, although be it a bit awkward of an exercise, are clean high pulls. Just getting used to getting those elbows up higher, so then once you power clean and clean again, you can efficiently pull yourself under the bar, meet it with aggressive elbows without turning those elbows early and losing connection with the bar. Now, a second common issue that I address with many lifters online is an issue with early and over pulling. And this one really has an impact on timing and balance when it comes to getting under the barbell. And what happens is a lifter either tries to, but not quite, or even extends fully. But instead of moving under immediately after they've extended, they keep pulling with the arms, trying to pull the bar up far too long post-extension. Usually because they're trying to pull the bar up instead of pulling them under the bar. 2 very different concepts here. This can lead to a variety of issues. The main one being a bar crash because you're pulling the bar up instead of meeting it. So you're creating a gap between the shoulders and barbell, and then the barbell has to then cover that gap. And the second common issue you see with this is the balance within the feet. If you ever feel like in a clean or even a snatch, like your feet feel like they're glued to the floor and can't move out at all, it's either you're pulling with the arms too early before extension or too long after extension. And if you're pulling the bar up against your leg drive, then the legs have nowhere to move because you're pulling with the arms against it, therefore making them feel glued to the floor where they can't exactly move laterally to catch. This alone can make that third pull feel quite mistimed and out of sync. Now, one of the best drills for this, which is super simple, a hip or high hang clean and power cleans. The goal is to feel for complete extension of the legs, followed by an aggressive turnover of the elbows once that bar height meets to where the shoulders are as you pull under. Also, no foot clean and power cleans are another accessory that you can use to get this feeling, as it really reinforces a complete leg extension to get that vertical bar height before then meeting the bar to the height in which you pull it to. Now, the third and last problem, which is more of the opposite problem as what we just described here as the second one. I'm not talking about overpulling this time, I'm talking about when lifters dive under the bar recklessly way too early. They cut extension short, they dive bomb straight into the bottom of the catch, and they never actually meet the bar with the height they've created for it. This usually happens when a lifter is obsessed with getting under the bar fast, without knowing the real mechanism behind it. Speed under the bar only really works once you finish your extension completely and pull yourself under it, not death drop under the bar. You still need to drive vertically, you still need to finish with the legs, you still need to create upwards momentum with the bar. Otherwise, you're just trying to rack a dead and falling barbell immediately in the third pull. And again, it makes a clean feel way heavier than needed, particularly with this third issue here, where the issue is you're simply just not giving the bar the extension that it needs in the first place. One really good fix to get a feel for that extender position is a clean pull with a hold in that extender position, on the toes and shrugging, holding that position for a couple of seconds before lowering. This is where you feel that the legs have finished extending and vertical drive of the bar. Now, if you can't hold this pause here for a brief moment, it means that you've given the bar too much horizontal force, whether you've leant back too far or you've bumped the bar away, or both. So you want to minimize horizontal force, maximize vertical force, and really reinforce that finish of the legs. And just like we've implemented the high hang clean for the above two issues, we can do that again here, but with the cue, catch high, ride low. The idea behind it is meeting the bar to the height in which you've pulled it to. Something that I've had drilled into me by my coach for many years throughout my career, as it was a big thing that I had struggled with prior. So, if your cleans are feeling way heavier than they should, before you immediately go to trying to get stronger legs, which you should be doing concurrently anyway, a lot of the time with what I've seen and addressed with coaching hundreds of lifters all around the world are low elbows in the turnover, early or over pulling, and cutting extension short before diving under the bar with no real connection to the bar. Clean these three things up, and I'm sure the weight is going to feel a lot more fluid, and you're going to get a lot more out of the legs in this and add some more kilos to the bar. Now, if you need help with your Olympic lifts, I have plenty of free resources below, alongside a new 12-week weightlifting program that my team had huge results from, which is currently 45% off considering I've only just launched it. And I haven't released one of these in over 3 years now, as I generally like to be involved myself in the athlete's journey. But considering it was such an outlier in terms of results with my team, I thought I'd offer it to those that like to train in their own time and company. And as always, if you want to dive deeper into your weightlifting journey, YouTube has suggested 2 videos here, which will help you further.